Welcome to Beverly Beach Camptown RV Resort. Celebrating 35 years, single-family owned. They're one of the few resorts in the U.S. situated directly on the ocean with 1,500 linear feet of Atlantic Ocean beachfront for your enjoyment, with attractions like Daytona Beach 30 miles to the south and St. Augustine, the nation's oldest city 32 miles to the north. There are activities to keep everyone busy. They're truly a year-round premier camping destination. So what are you waiting for? Check them out at BeverlyBeachCamptown.com.
Want to take your camping to the next level? Then why not try glamping? Welcome to RV Glamping Adventures, where you can have a little glamour with your travel adventures. Please join your hosts, Neil and Kathy, as they share RV glamping information, RV park reviews, product recommendations, and so much more. Here's Neil and Kathy.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of RV Glamping Adventures with Neil and Kathy. I'm Neil.
And I'm Kathy. We're here with some very special guests today.
Who are these amazing guests?
By the way, we're on location, so if you don't hear us sounding as clear as hopefully we normally sound, that's because we're in Beverly Beach in Florida.
And I forgot all of our fancy high-tech equipment.
Yes.
So
we're making do with a phone.
We're improvising.
Anyway, our special guests, we have 3 of the Pinatora children with us today to discuss our ride down to Beverly Beach and all the other fun stuff that we were going to do. So we thought it'd be fun. We're sitting around here having dessert. There's ice cream, there's chocolate bars, there's a lot of food we normally don't eat around us right now. And we thought it'd be fun, like, let's just turn it on and start talking about our drive down and how we got here today. So we left yesterday. You could tell the story, Neil. How did it all go?
So we left like we always do. We got to everything all set. We got up very bright and early at 5 a.m. and we wound up going ahead and got the kids up. I think we let them sleep till 5:30, and then
maybe 6 o'clock.
Maybe 6. We still had to pack everything up. We had to get all the freezer goods out, all the refrigerator stuff, and just get them all into the RV. So it was a bunch of packing, and at 7 a.m. sharp, we were on the road.
That had been the plan, and we knew we were going to need all hands on deck, and you guys really came through.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Seriously, but it's for your benefit too.
Yeah, I know.
So you guys all, I'm sure you didn't want to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. However, you got to get into the RV and then go back to bed while we did all the driving. But you guys really came through because having the RV outside the condo and having to sort of improvise and do the things that we used to be able to do when we had a house and it was in a driveway, it was so easy to load up and have the fridge and all that freezer stuff ready. And this time we didn't have that.
No, but it worked out great.
It worked out really great. And so you guys, thanks. You guys did a good job.
And you know what I want to say? Nobody complained.
Not one.
Yeah. Not one complaint. You guys did awesome.
Because we would have killed them.
Yeah.
And they're older, so it would have been embarrassing for them.
I just knew that I was going to sleep in until 12:30 anyways, so.
Well, I think some of you slept pretty much all day, so that worked out pretty good. So I don't know what, we wanted these guys around so they could kind of share some of the drive down because Neil and I share the driving. I take the first bit, he does some, I do some, and then he ends up with the last bit. We go to bed, we usually end up somewhere in Georgia and stay at a Cracker Barrel, and we did all that. The day, I don't know, Neil, how do you guys all think it went? Everybody's opinion?
It went by really fast.
It did.
Yeah, it was good. It really did. It was good. And I want to say a special thank you to Mitchell and Connor for sitting up with me like they always do. And Olivia for going hanging out with Kathy, Mom, in the back with the Billy. So
Olivia and I have this thing we do in the last leg of the driving as we're coming down. Neil usually is the last one driving, so it might be like 9, 10 o'clock. And what Olivia and I like to do is we go in the back in the master bed, and we bring the dog, and we sit there and we just talk, and we sleep and hanging out and just. I don't know. We were doing a lot of Snapchatting and stuff like that.
A lot of Snapchatting.
But Neil, we've been going all day, and I think we did pretty well. We were pretty fresh, taking turns. We took naps and things like that. But these guys, Mitchell and Connor, they each kind of take their turns feeding Neil sugar and keeping him up till we get safely to the Cracker Barrel in Georgia.
And for this trip, I had 2 suckers and 6 Swedish fish.
So who needs a 5-hour energy when you have all that?
I had sugar, and then I went to bed. So it was all good.
It was all good.
It was all good. And then we got up, had our usual standard breakfast at the Cracker Barrel, and then we were on.
I got to talk about when we were at the Cracker Barrel, coming in, I woke up at that point, and Neil was concerned in how typically we just have the RV, and it goes in these RV spots that they have because they've reserved little spots where you can
RV parking.
They're big spots.
They're big.
But we had the car tow with us. We should talk about that also.
Yeah,
we had the car tow with us. So when we drove into the Cracker Barrel, we didn't fit in their RV spots, so we kind of had to finagle that a little bit. But that worked out pretty good. And,
it was
and
okay.
So did the whole tow situation.
Yeah, this was the first time we had the tow dolly, so we picked it up right in with a little bit of work, but we got it on the Wednesday before we left. We wound up getting it, hooking it up to the car, or I'm sorry, to the RV, and then we loaded up the car. Connor was very helpful with that, so thank you for that.
No, thank you.
And then we drove, and I thought it was a pretty easy drive. It was a little hard getting used to the surge brakes at first when you slow down.
Yeah, the surge brakes I did not expect. So I was probably the one most nervous because you've driven things with tows before.
Yeah, I've done that before.
And I hadn't, and I was really comfortable always driving the RV, but having extra beyond us, behind us, I was a little worried, and I kept watching in our backup rearview mirror thing. I kept watching to make sure the car didn't fall off and go backwards and do damage or something.
And it did not. It worked great.
And
no,
it went
was
really
awesome.
well. And I didn't even feel. I was just a little not nervous, but apprehensive, getting used to it.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. It just being aware of my spacing, and
when
it went well.
You think about it. You're pulling like our car behind a 38-foot motorhome. You're not really going to notice too much of it. I think I noticed a little bit once in a while in the mountains, but hardly noticed it at all.
So yeah. So basically, yesterday we drove about 16 and a half hours, leaving out from New York and getting down to about midway through Georgia.
Got near Savannah.
So that was people were writing me on Facebook saying, "Wow, that's a lot. How are you guys doing all that?" But we do it safely, guys. We do take turns. I can drive about 5 hours at first. Neil does about 5. I'll do 3 or 4 or whatever I did, and then you did the rest.
Yeah, it works.
And that worked out really well. What do you guys think about the drive down? I always wonder. Everybody seems like it's totally quiet in here. Anyway, right now, which is weird. But also on the drive down.
Well, they just ate dinner.
Like pretty much, you guys just were quiet. So what's the drive down for each of you like? Like, how do you find it? Who
Mitchell.
wants to go first? Mitchell.
Who doesn't have Connor?
Okay,
Connor.
so for me, I sort of just sleep in until probably lunch, and then the rest of us just listen to music, just talking to people. So I don't know.
What do you
It
think
sort of just
about,
goes pretty fast.
Do you look forward to? For us, we love the drive part. Do you guys do you like that part to sort of like decompress because you're just finished exams?
Yeah.
You're heading your senior year. What is the drive down like? You're going on vacation, but is it like, ugh, I got to do this, or how do you feel?
Well,
We've done it so many times that to me it's sort of just the first step in getting down here. It's almost just like for some people going on the airplane, the 2-hour airplane, it's the same thing
For
for
us,
me.
it's 20 hours,
Yeah.
whatever.
But it sort of just happens. I don't know. I don't
Olivia,
really know
what do
the
you
best
think
way to
about
say
it?
I think it goes by pretty fast, but then whenever we start to arrive, which is my favorite part, it slows down. Like it just takes forever to actually get there.
Olivia's
Like,
still
the
at
last
13.
hour.
We'll say, how much longer?
Yeah.
Usually
It
because
takes
she's
so
hungry and she
long.
wants to eat.
Yeah.
Usually she starts saying that in Pennsylvania. So
No. But is it relaxing to you? Is this your time to chill out? Or are you like, it's just part of it, I got to get through it?
Yeah, it's just part of it. I
Yeah.
guess.
Do you enjoy the scenery, though, and stuff? Like when we're going through the mountains in Pennsylvania, West Virginia?
I like
Is
the
that
West
nice?
Virginia scenery, yeah.
Yeah.
I like
It's
the
beautiful
destination
country.
the best. That's my favorite part.
You just want to get here.
Actually getting there, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Mitchell?
Well, like you guys got goals on driving. Like someone will start 5 hours, someone else will go 5 hours. My goals tend to be where I wake up.
you mean lunchtime?
Yeah, usually that's my goal. I want to make it to lunchtime to sleep. That usually leaves me in West Virginia, and then
You go back to
I
sleep?
go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get to at least North Carolina before I'm up again.
Very good.
And
That's about right.
And it's in and out until about Georgia.
And then
Yeah.
actually, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a part in Georgia where you actually were out.
Yep.
You were sitting up front, the Swedish fish didn't kick in for you, and you were out. Connor and I look at each other, and your hat's over your eyes, and you're done.
Yeah.
So
That would have to probably
this is a catch-up sleep for you, mostly.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that actually for all of them, I don't know if you guys realize this, but you've all been really busy. Mitchell, you've had a lot going on.
Yeah.
You guys, Olivia and Connor, you guys just finished up all your exams, and you've been going with Olivia with your running and everything. So I feel like everybody got to sleep, relax, and it was
Yeah.
a good kickoff to the start of the trip.
It's like a really good decompression for everybody, I think, this whole...
Yeah. So I think it's even more than you guys realize.
Well, and they also hang out and talk to each other, too.
They do.
When they're not sleeping. But
Yeah.
they absolutely do.
yeah, at some point they're up finally, they've slept enough, and they're talking, they're hanging out, playing games or whatever, and it's nice for us to see as parents, see you guys getting along like that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And they get along. I mean, we're not like sugarcoating it. You guys don't fight or anything. Like everybody gets just
No,
a
it's
good
really
time,
good.
and
It's good.
it's all good. So we made it to Cracker Barrel about 11:30 last night.
Yep.
Had a good night's sleep.
It was
Got
good.
up pretty early, about
was good.
5:30. Neil and I made some coffee. Everybody slept.
Oh, I think what you were starting to say, too, is usually we're able to fit the RV in one of the RV bus parking spaces, but
Yeah,
we couldn't.
we had to go over to the side.
Oh, it was weird.
So that the car tow could fit and everything, but it worked out all right.
It worked, but it was kind of weird at first. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, we took up, I think, 11 parking spaces trying to make the RV fit.
And this is the closest we ever get to boondocking.
Yeah.
Like it was 97 degrees in Georgia last night, and the humidity was just unbearable. We went outside, took the dog out and everything. And we're like, we have to keep the generator all night. We don't have solar and like that because typically we go to plug-in sites, so it's not something we've invested in at this point yet. But we had to keep the generator. And we'd had problems with it in the past and had a warranty fix on it. That sucker, we had that running how long, Neil? Last night?
That ran last night 8 hours.
8 hours.
'Cause then
Plus, we had it on throughout the whole drive down.
And also when we went to breakfast, we ran the generator.
Yeah, we left the dog in the obviously in the RV, so we had it was in the 90s already this morning. Today
Yeah.
was like 97 here.
I think the absolute worst thing you
Florida.
can do is leave your pet in the RV or car
Yeah.
without some sort of air conditioning for them.
Yeah,
In 97-degree weather.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
So we it worked really well, and we were able to freshen up, go have some breakfast at
Cracker
Barrel, which we always love the store. Sometimes we buy stuff, sometimes we don't. But whatever, we did it and got on the road, and we were in Beverly Beach by
11:30.
11:30, and then got our site. Everybody, the customer service here. Now, this is our second trip here, and we're going to be following up this chat with an interview that we did with one of the owners. She's actually the daughter of the original owners, and
And now she's an owner herself.
yeah, and she's taking over the business. Her name is Turl. She was lovely and spent some time talking with us this afternoon. And you and her bonded over Marvel Comics and Comic-Con.
And I do have to start watching Game of Thrones. I think she's right.
She did get you
Yeah.
going on that. But we'll get to that in a second. We got to the sites. It's even better than it was when we were here last 3 years ago.
Yeah, they've really upgraded the place a ton. It's
Well,
always...
not a ton. I mean, it was already great. They just paved along the whole embankment, and it's just there's like a break wall that all the RVs back up to.
I don't know. To me, it looks a lot different than it used to. I think it's just a very...
You usually remember things differently than I do.
Totally. I
There's
do.
always right,
do.
guys?
Yeah.
Do we have the same perspective on things?
No.
There's my
Pink and blue, babe.
my side of the story, and then there's the other side.
Pink and blue. And that was the dog
Yeah,
growling.
yeah, that's the dog. So we easily pulled in. We unhooked the car, got the
Yep.
tow dolly. Connor did a great job of tucking that under, and then everybody just takes part and does their thing. Like
Yep.
everybody
Helps out.
helps out because there's no reason why we have to do everything. We have 3 able bodies here that love RVing too.
Yep.
So we only set up so much because we're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a one-day trip here.
Yeah, we had to stop. This was like an add-on. We're like, if we're going down there, we have to stop at Beverly Beach Camptown again. And it's been great. We put a lot of videos on YouTube. There's some on Facebook. Olivia, thank you for doing all that great editing. She is my visual editor person. She's amazing. Mitchell, what do you do? Oh, you were catching fish.
Oh, there's a great video of Mitchell catching fish
Please
with
go
a bucket.
Please check out my 19-year-old catching a fish with a bucket. And he got it. He got one.
Good job, Mitch.
So we
I
got...
did not catch it with a bucket. The trick is to get a child's toy bucket and look like a spaz for as long as you can until someone notices with actual equipment that'll come down. They'll let you borrow their equipment, and then you'll catch a fish with that.
And let me tell you, though, out of that, that's how we met our neighbors. Now, we always talk about what a great community the RV
RVers are the
population
nicest
is.
people.
So we've met some great friends next door. We're actually going to try to throw an interview in from them, too, because they just bought their second travel trailer. And this is they did like a mini trip. This is their first big trip with this, and it's their first time at Beverly Beach Camptown RV Resort as well. So we're going to be speaking with them as well. I'm going to throw that one in at the end. And just to tell you guys, you got to check this place out. It's fantastic, level parking.
Yeah,
there's
great.
premium spots that have, it's paved and
it's one of the only. It's the only place you can actually pull up and look with the ocean is the only thing in front of you.
That is our front window right now.
Yeah.
We are look, guys, we're looking out. We have $1 million view out of the RV right now, and we didn't pay $1 million to get here.
No.
And we're not on top of each other. We have neighbors next to us on the other side. There's sort of one of those cabins, but everything's new and well kept here and clean.
Mm-hmm.
There's laundry. There's lots of amenities here. Toral's going to talk to us about in the interview. But you got to check this place out. It's super. And thanks, Mitch, for fishing with buckets, because we met our neighbors next door. And as usual, our RV neighbors are awesome.
Very
RVers
nice.
are great people.
Yes, they are.
So take a listen. Anything else anybody want to add? Are we good? Tomorrow, where are we heading?
Disney!
Yay, team.
On to Disney. We should say, coming up next, we've got, we're going to Disney. We're doing the whole Disney thing, but we're heading out to Zipline at Gatorland. We've got the whole Space Coast. We've got, Olivia's excited about that.
Yeah.
We've got Kennedy Space Center. We got Cocoa Beach. We've got, just our older son's going to be there. He's going to take us around. We're going to check out some sites beyond just Disney. And then after that, there's more. We head up to D.C. and hopefully we should be knowing the next day or two about the White House tour, but we definitely have a Capitol Hill tour. Tons to do there. But that will come in another podcast. So, take a listen. You'll enjoy our little discussion we had with Toral. Colton RV creates fantastic memories that will change your life forever. Have you dreamed of getting into glamping in your own RV? Colton RV can help you take that step into the future with a new or used RV. Talk with a Colton RV team member online, by phone, or in person and see hundreds of RVs, from tent trailers to motorhomes and everything in between. It's all about great selection, unequaled service, and low prices. Open late at 2 convenient locations, one in Tonawanda and one in Orchard Park, New York. Now is the time to see the future at Colton RV.
So we're here at Beverly Beach Camptown RV Resort in Flagler Beach, Florida, with Toral. Toral owns the place, and I'm here, of course, with Kathy.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Okay, good. Just to make sure
Thanks
the Kathy's
for including me.
I got you, Kat. So go ahead.
Yeah, Toral, thank you so much for meeting with us.
my
We really
pleasure.
appreciate this. This is our second time here visiting with you guys at Beverly Beach Camptown. We had to come back. We had to come take some more pictures. I think you've seen now
Yeah.
the one meme that we did about how
Yeah.
RVing is priceless. I put others saying, it's a great shot for a lot of sayings.
Yeah, and that one was actually kind of fun because I sometimes go to places and just take pictures randomly.
Yeah.
And you found it like a year later.
It's just a beautiful spot, and your picture just took off. So
Yeah, it
we're
did.
like, we have to go back, because somebody actually said to us, you got to go back there and take a new picture because there's been some
Yeah.
updates. So tell us all about how did it come to be, Beverly Beach RV, the resort, the campground. How did it come to be?
Well, this year we're celebrating 35 years as the owners of this
Fabulous.
camptown. When it was bought originally, the business and the land, it was implied that it was going to be turned into condos because the land is right on the beach. And after thinking about it, we realized that the camptown itself was just doing so well as a business that we decided to keep it as a camptown, and we've been running it for 35 years since.
35 years, that's amazing.
It really is. So
And there's been a lot of changes in those 35 years.
how did it start? What was it like in the beginning? Do you remember running around when you were a
It
kid?
wasn't as large as it is now. I mean, as you can see now, we've extended the lots across the street on the west side of A1A. Before that, we were only on the east side, so we were limited in the amount of sites we had. We've made improvements. We put a seawall, which requires ordinance from the town and from the county. And
Oh, the seawall wasn't always here?
no, it was kind of like a cliff, like a natural cliff.
Oh, okay.
But that, of course, we put that in, and there's always wear and tear being on the beach and being with the salt air. But every year there seems to be some type of update. In a business like this, when you're on the beach, you do have to continually, repair your buildings, and because of rust issues, you got to kind of constantly keep updated with that kind of stuff.
I mean, since we were here last time, there's been a lot of changes too. That
last
was a couple
time,
years ago.
When we talk about the picture, it was the seawall
Pavers.
there, and you've got the pavers down,
Yeah.
so it looks lovely. It makes it a little
you.
nicer to walk down
Very
to
nice
the
place.
beach and
Yeah,
all of
the-
that.
the
Certainly,
pave-
it's convenient.
The pavers was my dad's idea, just because for the customers that don't want to keep going up and down the walkways to the beach, they can just take their lawn chairs and just sit on the pavers and view the ocean. It's a little bit easier to enjoy the beach that way.
Well, you just don't get a better view. Why don't you describe to our folks like what the setup is here, just to kind of give them, a visual of you know the sizes, what kind of RVs can come here. How we've got some, like we are fortunate enough to stay right up against the seawall again, or right out the RV window is the beach. But talk to us a little bit about what you have.
So the land is a quarter-mile strip on the Atlantic Ocean. We have over 150 sites. We have oceanfront sites as well as oceanfront premier. Now the difference between the two, the premier sites are about 3 feet wider and come with a concrete pad for your picnic table, whereas the other sites are kind of on gravel, on like the beach, not sand, not the beach sand, but it's on like gravel and patches of grass, because as you know, grass doesn't grow where the salt is. And the amenities, we have 3 bathhouses with showers and toilets and laundry facility. And actually, this is really exciting, something new that we've worked out across the street in our clubhouse. We're in the process of making it a movie theater.
Really?
So, so when customers come, for the summer and they want to rent the theater out, they're welcome to do that and pop in a movie and have like a summer night watching movies and eating
really
popcorn.
cool.
So what's the difference between one side versus the other? Is there any differences? Like, why would you want to choose one over the other?
The main difference is just the proximity to the ocean. The prices on the west side of A1A, they are slightly less, but all of our sites are 50 amp. It's full hookup, water, sewer, electric, and cable. Now we have Wi-Fi, so we're able to provide that. And for our customers that want to stay long-term, like let's say more than 3 months, we do offer special rates on the west side of A1A.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
I was wondering that if some people stay the whole, you get some snowbirds.
Oh,
and
yeah, we
folks
get
like that.
We get many people coming in the snow seasons from up north, and they stay. It's amazing how they just want to be on the beach.
We don't want to go back.
They don't want to go. And actually,
That's my goal.
That's our place up there.
The funny thing is, this winter that just passed, they got snowed in, so they couldn't go back. So we so we got stuck with them.
well.
Oh well.
Bummer.
Yeah.
What are some future plans that you guys have? Anything else going forward? You've got the movie theater. Anything else you have planned?
I think the theater is right now in our pipeline. I can't think of anything at the moment.
How about some amenities in the area? Why do people come besides the beach to Flagler? What else is around town?
We say we're in Flagler Beach because it's a bigger city. We're actually in Beverly Beach. Now, Beverly Beach is a smaller town. It's in Flagler County, but it's a town made up of a population less than 1,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's not as recognized on the map, so that's why we just say we're in Flagler.
Yeah.
But the town is very charming. You walk down the sidewalk, you'll know who you're going to cross. Mm-hmm. There's lots of nice mom and pop restaurants, brunch areas. There's lots of cute souvenir shops. There's a pottery studio where you can, pick up the wheel and slap some clay together and make some pottery. There's a lot of art, a lot of local artists that in this area. And there's beautiful murals of the ocean. And right now we're in turtle season. So we actually, on Site 28, yesterday they relocated a turtle nest.
Oh, wow.
And there's so much nature here. I think when you camp, you think of like the forest and you think of the woods, but this is a really unique experience because you're on the ocean. So you will see dolphins from time to time. They'll be mating, and you'll be seeing them just playing right outside your window. It's beautiful. It's really great.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's what we come to see. When we're coming down from up north, we want to see things.
We want wildlife.
There's a lot of natural habitat here, and it's just really. And marine land is up the street. It's about, I would say, 40 miles north.
Yeah, I would say you guys are so convenient too. This for us is one of our stops, and we're heading down to Orlando. That's only, what are we talking, 45? Things are
like
under an hour.
Yeah, we're squeezed in between St. Augustine and Daytona Beach.
Yeah, so much to do.
It's really meant for those customers that don't want to be on the beach, but not really in the crowd of the beach crowd. So it's kind of snugged away.
Yeah, I have to add, the beach today, I was sort of expecting to get here, and it was so busy. And I even remember when we were here last time, there's so much space. There isn't a lot of people out there, and some beaches yet you're on top of each other. It's a very, very clean, lovely
and
beach.
it's a very clean beach.
Yeah.
We noticed that last time too. You guys keep the facility amazing.
It is also the town. The town, they really they love their beach, and it's a great. We're so fortunate that we're allowed to keep our pets on the beach. Not many beaches will allow you to bring your pets, but as long as you keep them leashed, you're allowed to bring your four-legged friends.
Yeah, we saw them out
Yeah.
there, and it was just fun to watch that couple next to us. They're
Yes.
throwing
Yeah.
the dogs on this
Because
big, huge
Yeah.
leash,
I
but he's
think
chasing it.
That's
It's
a
so cute.
hindrance to a lot of customers if they can't bring their pups with them.
Yeah,
or
they're fur babies.
Their fur babies, then they won't come.
Exactly.
We can't bring ours though. She'll
The-
freak.
No, ours doesn't like the beach. She's inside going, that is not for me.
Oh.
In the she's glamping it up in the RV. She's fine. The other thing I want to mention too, we remember from the last time, is how impressed we were by your store.
Oh yeah.
You know, like when you're traveling and there's groceries here, you can get just about everything you pretty much need for your RV.
Yeah.
There's souvenirs. It's sort of one-stop shopping. It's great.
really funny because this store, when the business was bought 35 years ago by my father, it was so tiny, and I would come in here as a girl, always hoping to get like the candy bars or like the small knickknacks that they have, and now it's expanded at least by 300%.
Oh, that's crazy.
We never, now we sell bait, we sell fishing gear, bait and tackle, boogie boards, skin boards, and a lot of actually we have some local artists that sell their items here as well.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely expanded.
So what was it like growing up at Beverly Beach Camptown?
Oh,
You have to have the best
Yeah.
memories ever.
yeah, we did. I mean, we obviously, my sister and I were really close at age, so my mom would bring us here, and my parents they were struggling in the beginning, of course, like any new business would, but the customers would babysit us and take care of us.
That's awesome.
And then they come back, oh, you've grown so much.
That's really great.
They pat
Do you
you on
have
the
a lot of people that come back year to
Yes,
year and all of that
a lot
stuff?
of reoccurring customers.
And where does everybody come from? Do you notice it's sort of from all over? Or?
It's really from all over, and it's funny. Sometimes we'll get people from the west side of Florida that want to be on the east side of, to see the Atlantic side. Because when you're on the west coast, you get the Gulf, and there's a big difference. There's not as much of a breeze.
Yeah, there is a big
The
difference.
water even looks different.
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally different.
Yeah.
We were in Destin last
Yeah.
year versus here, but they all have. There's pluses.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
really
pluses.
see a downfall. Tyler. They're
But
great, but they're just different.
A lot of Canadians, and it would be helpful if I knew French, because a lot of them, that's all they speak.
Je peux parler français, so I can help you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I grew up in
You
Canada.
should come down.
We have winter work.
We have a job.
Yay!
So how do people get a hold of you, Toro? Like if they want to call, get a hold of you to reserve, what's the best way?
Well, first I would say the best way to research us would be to visit our webpage at www.beverlybeachcamptown.com. Check out our site map. We have a really terrific aerial drone video of the campground, so you can actually see that you are on the beach. Because I don't think customers really understand, how far do I have to walk to get to the beach? Oh no, you're on the beach.
Well, and if I could just say, we said that before we started taping. We said, this is hard to beat, guys. Like, this is a one-of-a-kind thing. You are literally on the beach with full hookups, sewer, everything included. So, it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Once we came here, it was sort of hard to find anything quite like it.
And then once you do your research and kind of understand where you want to be in proximity to the beach, you can give us a call at 386-439-3111. That's our current procedure to make a reservation. We are in talks of doing online reservations,
Very cool.
but that's something that's going to take some time to update our system.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No,
before
I
we
just want to
sign
thank
off?
you for taking the time out to.
You too.
Well,
you
thank
guys
you.
have got to see. She's been working so hard today. People are
Oh my
coming by
God.
the droves. So she gave us a few minutes. We really appreciate it, Tron. Congratulations on 35 years.
Thank
to
you.
guys.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, everybody, for taking the time to talk with us and share some information with all of our listeners out there. Neil, how do people find us? Where do they listen to us? Find us on Facebook, all that good stuff. Give it to them.
I got it. So you can email us at rvglampingadventures@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter at rvglampers. You can also find us on Instagram at rvglampers. You can also check us out on YouTube, RV Glamping Adventures, and also a great Facebook page, RV Glamping Adventures, and Kathy does some excellent blogs on www.rvglampingadventures.com. And that's it. You can find us all those places, and thanks for listening. Also subscribe, and if you can,
we'll
like
have more
us on
shows
iTunes
coming while we're
and all
on
that.
vacation. So check it out. You'll see some new uploads coming soon, and hear what we have going on.
Yeah, have a great week.